Hiya friends, Prepared Suburbanite back with you. I did a video a while ago where I was um, talking about my biggest fear. And that biggest fear was really taking a look at the psyche of the American public and how much they would be willing to sacrifice to put this country on the right road to recovery, so that we're not victims of the entire country or the entire world taking advantage of us through unfair trade practices, embargoes, um, you name it, tariffs, everything else that's going on. And my biggest fear at the time was that they would run out of patience very quickly and would turn on the whole idea of Trump trying to make America great again, to bring jobs back home, to increase employment, to increase the investment in our economy here. And it's been almost 100 days since Trump has been in office. I think it's 90 days right now, and he has done some remarkable things already. We're looking at what's going on with the southern border and with the northern border as well, and he's drained it down to an absolute trickle, lowest it's been in years and years and years. But he's still fighting the uphill battle with all these activist judges that are trying to get in the way, trying to pretend that they're the president of the United States and that they've got the judicial power to overrule every decision that he's made. Um, Trying to use the Alien Enemies Act as a deportation vehicle. Um, with this whole thing about due process and all that. I'm not sure exactly what the motivation is, except Trump derangement syndrome is alive and well in a lot of these folks. Let me get into a little bit of detail on why I think this country is truly headed in the right direction. We noticed on Monday that the market reacted very disfavorably to Trump, his criticisms of the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell. And they reacted very negatively. The Dow went down, I don't know, 800 or 900 points on Monday, but mysteriously, he seemed to have backed off a little bit on that and said, well, I'm not going to fire the guy, but he really needs to lower some interest rates around here so that people can afford mortgages and things like that. Banks can have the capital that they need to lend out to spur growth. And that was his criticism. And you know what? He's starting to take a step back a little bit now. I just saw a headline a few minutes ago that, excuse me, that he's now starting to take a look at the stock market reaction to his decisions on tariffs and things like that, and he's starting to take that into consideration. And the market rebounded on Tuesday, 1,000 points, and it seems to be, at least at 10:45 this morning, it's rebounding again with another 1,000 point increase in the Dow. Now, that can all change in the next 20 minutes, who knows, but I think that the message may be getting through to the American people that we are going to have to live through a bit of suffering and a bit of belt tightening and a bit of not buying a bunch of Chinese junk, and try to spend our money wisely by investing in American goods and that are not subject to the tariffs, and we'll have to see if if the American public psyche is really willing to deal with what's going on in today's economy. Now, I don't know what you're seeing, I don't know what you're feeling, but as a prepper, I know that a ton of my stuff that I've purchased for survival equipment and solar powered batteries and so I guess solar generators, for lack of a better term, most of that stuff is made in China. And I guess I'm glad I bought it a while ago so that I don't have to try to invest in that kind of stuff now. But that's going to get a lot more expensive as time goes by. But I'm starting to see that the rhetoric is beginning to change a little bit. And I think the majority of us like-minded folks are willing to tighten our belts, to take a hard look at our spending and our expenditures and what we're spending it on and where we're buying it, and we're making the right kind of adjustments for that. Yeah, it's going to be painful for a while. Don't know how long it's going to be painful. I suspect that in 6 months or so, we are going to see a huge turnaround in the economy. I think we're going to see job creation go right through the roof. I think we're going to see the effects and the impact of trimming down the waste and abuse and the fraud in our federal government, thanks to the DOGE group. And we'll have to see how much tolerance we all have. I know that I've got the tolerance because I prepared for this. I've got my food storage. We've got our garden planted. We're looking forward to this month or this year's harvest. With our plum trees are doing okay. Potatoes are in. The tomatoes are in. The beans and everything, the squash, you name it, we've got it. And we're looking forward to a bountiful harvest just to keep the cost down. And I think everybody needs to be doing the same. Call them victory gardens if you want, but I think that's what we're going to be dealing with for the next 6 months or so. And then we're going to start to see the real bottom line impact of what's going on. Let me know what you're seeing, what you're feeling. Are you still reliant on Chinese goods to get by from day to day? If you are, well, take a look, because there's an awful lot of really good folks right here in the United States. Camel City Mills, for example, best socks I've ever had. And no, I'm not being sponsored by them or anything, but I did pick up a few pair of those terrific socks, and I love them. They're absolutely comfortable. They keep your feet cool in the summertime, warm in the wintertime. They wick moisture better than any other kind of a sock I've ever had. They're a little bit more expensive, but they're made right here in North Carolina. So check them out if you can. But let me know what you're seeing, what you're feeling, and any changes in your strategies going forward. Are you tightening your belt? Are you going to be buying more American-based, American-made goods rather than opting for the Chinese goods? We'll have to see. So let me know what you're thinking. This is the Prepared Suburbanite reminding you to be prepared always, and I'll see y'all on the next video.